We all had some kind of needs ever since we were born. Some of those needs mattered more to us back then. But as we grew up and our surroundings changed, our requirements also changed. In this video, we are going to discuss about our needs and why it is important for us to identify them. And so, let's start with the video. Each one of us had some kind of requirements. These requirements are essential for us to feel fulfilled in our lives. As we completely achieve one of our needs, we look out for more to fulfill our other desires. And in pursuit of our needs, we give ourselves an impression that we'll never look to settle for anything less. In other words, we are always looking for more. Our desires or needs varies greatly. And just on the basis of few questions like how old are we and where do we live, one of our needs can seem more important than others. Humans can have different requirements, but it is always helpful to classify them into categories. Our needs can be categorized into physiological, safety, love and belonging, esteem, cognitive, aesthetic, self-actualization, and transcendent needs. These categories of our needs are generally hierarchical, and the person behind the idea of hierarchy of need was an American psychologist, Abraham Maslow. Maslow first described this idea on his paper, A Theory of Human Motivation, in a journal named Physiological Review in the year 1943. This widely cited theory proposed an idea of hierarchical structure for human needs and motivations. This concept was further explained through his book titled Motivation and Personality, which was first published in the year 1954. Maslow's inspiration for this theory came from studying notable people including Albert Einstein, Jane Addams, Eleanor Roosevelt, and Baruch Spinoza. His study did not include mentally ill or neurotic people, as he stated that the study of crippled, stunted, immature, and unhealthy specimens can yield only a crippled psychology and a crippled philosophy. The concept of hierarchy of needs by Maslow tells us about the human nature. It suggests that the individuals are driven to fulfill a hierarchy of needs, starting with the most basic physiological needs and progressing towards transcendent needs. The concept can be represented in a pyramid-shaped diagram. On the bottom wider section, we have the physiological needs. As we move above to the next section, we have the safety needs, followed by love and belonging needs. Then we find esteem needs, cognitive needs, and aesthetic needs. And lastly, at the top end, we have the self-actualization needs and transcendent needs. The first category of our needs, which is physiological needs, is one of the most fundamental needs. These needs are essential for us to survive. This includes basic elements like air that we breathe, water required for us to stay hydrated, food to feel energized, shelter required to feel protected from natural elements, sleep for us to feel relaxed and energized. Physiological needs are arguably the most essential needs. There are no exception to it. In other words, they are irreplaceable, and fulfilling them is of utmost importance. Take for example air. If there is no air for us to breathe, we will die immediately. If this air is polluted, we shorten our lifespan by breathing it. And so, it can be said that it is essential for us to have access to clean air. Next category of our needs is safety needs. After fulfilling most of our basic or physiological needs, we focus on needs that guarantee safety for us and to other dependents. Safety needs include one's own safety from violence and illness, financial security by securing employment, and stability in living condition. Safety is important to us as feeling secure is one of our basic human desire. It gives us the satisfaction that everything is taken care of, which ultimately makes us feel relaxed. Once we feel safer, we seek social attention. This brings us to the next category of needs, which is love and belonging needs. Humans are social creatures. We always try to connect with individuals, either for some help or simply to seek for friendship. Love and belonging needs includes love, affection, friendship, and sense of belonging towards a group or a community. Our need for love is necessary for us to maintain emotional and mental health. Without fulfilling these needs, it becomes difficult for us to feel good about ourselves, leading to a situation of low self-worth and loneliness. Loneliness is bad for our health, and some studies have also suggested that loneliness contributed to increased risk of acute myocardial infarction or stroke, and an increased risk of death for individuals already suffering from heart-related illnesses. Once we feel accepted by our social connection, we tend to fulfill our next category of needs, which is the esteem needs. This includes desire for recognition, achievement, and competence. Fulfilling esteem needs increases our esteem, resulting in increased self-worth. Some of the possible examples of esteem needs are badges given to people who have achieved desired results, fame earned by an individual, career growth by performing well within your area of expertise, VIP treatment based on your appearance, working on your body, and the list are endless. Esteem needs are of two types. One is the lower level, and the other one is the higher level. Lower level esteem needs focus on materialistic achievements like having VIP status, fame, several badges, and awards, while the high level esteem needs focus on inner satisfaction resulting from activities that encourages self-growth. Some of the examples include reading to acquire knowledge and working out to improve physical strength. After improving our self-worth, we focus on cognitive and aesthetic needs. This includes our need to be informed individuals and need to appear groomed. Next is our self-actualization needs. This includes reaching one's full potential through focusing on personal growth and recognizing our capabilities. And at last, we have the transcendent needs or the spiritual needs. It involves our need to overlook beyond self and give back to the society. Maslow's theory on hierarchy of needs highlights what shapes our actions. If our basic needs are unmet, we strive for essentials. This means that our priorities changes based on which level we are into. In education, this concept can be applied to fulfill various needs of children. Like in poor neighborhood, public schools can offer free meal and free yet quality education, which will ensure that children from poor neighborhood can escape poverty, thus improving quality of life. In business, employees can be offered skilling opportunities, which will ultimately improve their career growth. Maslow's hierarchy of needs gives us an interesting perspective on human motivation. However, the concept is not without its own limitations. Critics of this concept argue that the theory oversimplifies human motivation by suggesting a rigid hierarchy. Each person is different and they can be motivated by multiple needs at the same time. Take for example, a person living along with his family in a poor country. He might have different sets of needs at once. These needs will be safety, love, and belonging, and physiological needs. The theory also fails to factor in the influence of different cultures and societies on our needs. Some countries favor individualism more than others. In such countries, esteem needs are more prominent than social needs, like belonging to a society or a community. Despite its limitations, Maslow's hierarchy of needs provides us with a valuable framework for understanding human motivation. It offers us with a comprehensive view of what drives our behavior and motivates people to take action. It also helps identify potential barriers to our personal development, making it easier for us to create strategies in order to overcome these obstacles and achieving long-term fulfillment. With that being said, what do you think about this concept? Does the idea of our needs influencing our actions make sense to you? Feel free to share your thoughts. Till then, see you in the next video.